Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me. It's been an interesting week since I last talked to you. I've been getting ready for my trip to California, and while I was doing that, I decided to call my regional surgeon, Dr. Marci Bowers, who's in Burlingame, in the San Francisco Bay Area, and see if she could help me. And thankfully, she was able to. So I have an appointment scheduled with her. Unfortunately, I'm having issues with my insurance because it's all very complicated, and I need to get all of the right approvals and recommendations, and don't know if that's going to happen, and it probably most certainly will not happen in time, even though I'm able to see her November 7th, and everybody else locally to here is kind of booked up until the middle of next year. So hopefully I can get all the insurance stuff worked out, or I can work out something with her. Insurance is still, a big ordeal to overcome, and it's been quite a bit to overcome. Talking to all of the different parties involved, it becomes very apparent how complicated it is and how difficult it is to get approvals for things like this that are out of state, even though there's nobody in state. I mean, there is a good case for it. It's just very difficult to do, and the wheels are slow and too slow to be timely. And that's how our system is geared. So I'm just going to do what I can and hope for the best when it comes to that. I still haven't, for pain management, the cream they recommended was not available, so I still haven't received that yet. The pharmacy recommended an alternate, and then I still haven't been able to pick it up because I don't have transportation, even though I went to the pharmacy twice trying to make sure this all happened. I don't know if it's going to happen before the trip, but honestly, the pain is getting better managed by the Cymbalta provided by my psychiatrist, and there's still the sense of loss that there was, and I don't know if that's going to go away, but I'm coping better than I was. That's for sure. I'm not thinking I need to kill myself every 5 seconds like I was for quite a while. And that's an improvement. What hasn't helped that is I got another letter from plastic surgery, which basically was worded in such a way that, I was trying to find, long and short of it is, I was trying to find somebody who could still follow up with me through healing for my liposuction, which is still painful, and I don't know how long that's gonna last. We're about 6 months out now. Well, no, more like 5 months. Anyway, so 5 months out, it's still sore, and not as sore as my genitalia, but it is still sore. I do still have some pain downstairs, but it's not as completely consuming as it was. So thank goodness for that. And I had wanted to do something to fix the destruction to my figure that had been caused by this liposuction, and I didn't know if that was more liposuction or what, but I wasn't given any options. But what I did get was a letter from plastic surgery saying that they weren't going to give me that. They weren't going to refer me to someone to do liposuction, which is not something I ever asked for. That's just sort of like misdirection, trying to say they didn't do anything wrong. You know, your liposuction was approved and not destructive to your character in the way that it was, honestly. Let me see if I can find you the letter to read. From Nurse Jeffrey Evie to me. Please allow this letter to serve as acknowledgement of your requests for a referral to additional providers for liposuction evaluation and a letter of medical necessity for additional services. I don't recall asking for that. Based on our provider's assessments during your recent postoperative visits on August 15th, 2023 and September 19th, 2023, as well as during your visit to UVA Emergency Department August 31st, 2023, it is our clinical opinion that additional medical procedures are not indicated at this time, and thus we are unable to provide you with a letter of medical necessity. We are also unable to provide you with a referral to a different UVA health provider or provide any additional referrals to providers outside the UVA health station for liposuction evaluation, as it is our clinical opinion that additional liposuction is not recommended at this time. We recommend that you follow up with your primary care provider for assessment and facilitation of further care. So basically, kick rocks. We don't care about how you feel. So, if I was going to go any further, I would definitely have to go through some therapists, get letters from psychiatrists and therapists saying that this is medically necessary for me. Because, you know, that's who really would be responsible for that. It would not be the doctors. The doctors can't give an opinion as to my psychological state in regards to my body. They did something callously not in concordance with that because they have a bad procedure, as I understand it. So, because they have a bad procedure, they are not willing to see if they can fix the wrong that they did, and they completely abdicate themselves of any responsibility of wrongdoing. So, all the more reason to try to move forward with legal procedures, I would say, proceedings, which I am still working on finding representation and getting all the facts of my case together. Which honestly hasn't been something I've really been working on because I've just been so depressed and oppressed by my medical condition and by how I'm being treated by UVA. But it's not all bad. My psychiatrist has been really great and has both her and her senior professor has been very helpful with my pain issues, and that is a lot better. So I'm still taking 120 milligrams of Cymbalta daily, and hopefully it continues to improve. You know, I like my primary care doctor, but I am concerned that his being connected to UVA may be a problem with regards to some of this stuff. Like getting other referrals. Like, I'm hoping he does the referral for Dr. Bowers. He said he would, but I'm not sure if it actually all got put together properly. Anyway, that's what I'm working on right now. I'm trying to get all that sorted out. But it's hard not to get depressed about how our medical system works because it's so flawed in so many ways. It's flawed in how things are built. It's flawed in terms of how much things are built for. It's flawed in terms of the educational system, which makes more doctors to fulfill the needs of our country. That's all at a reduced rate so that they can keep charging higher prices and that more people don't get the care that they need. And I wish I could believe that it was going to change sometime, but I see no indication of that happening, barring a massive social upheaval on the scale far beyond just the medical system. So we'll see. It's hard to know when that's ever going to happen. That's the sort of thing that, like the straw that broke the camel's back, everything seemed fine until it actually broke. Everything was fine until we got the pandemic, etc., etc. So we shall see. Well, that's the latest update. Appearance-wise, everything looks pretty much the same. Nothing's really changed. There is still a fair amount of soreness and occasional shooting pains, but it's kind of been going that way for a couple of weeks now. And there's still a lot of just not feeling much, honestly. Feeling very little. Which is pretty sad. Yeah. It makes my sex life really shitty. Really shitty. But that's what it is for now. May your sex life be awesome. May you have countless orgasms. May you have the best lovers. May you have a truly wonderful life today and every day following. I love you. Aloha.